So, about Tubeless. Everybody seems to want it, and nobody really seems to know how to do it. I've seen a lot of tutorials on YouTube, and that's worked well for a lot of people, but here's how I do it. Some of the things I am using in this tubeless adventure include a tire compressor made from a weed killer dispenser. Thanks, Phil. And a lot of soapy water in a spray bottle. The first thing you're going to want to do is take the wheel and tire off of the bike. If you don't know how to do this, I suggest stopping immediately and going to a bike shop. So the next thing you're going to do is empty all of the air out of the tire, and this works for Presta pretty well, but Schrader, you really can't go tubeless with Schrader. After that, you're going to want to pop the tire off of its speed. Some tires may be more difficult than others, and as you can see in this video, mine was extraordinarily difficult. Gloves are a great option, so you don't hurt your hands. I realized that after a few attempts. You're going to want to take the tire off of the wheel, and to do this, you're going to want to pry it off with a bunch of tire levers. I suggest 3 or more. I'm using the Pager's ones, which for me they snap, and then these blue Park Tool ones, which are like metal and they damage the rim. So I'm not sure which one you want to use, but those are the 2 best options I've found. They're really difficult to get off tires. Sometimes you get a lucky and it's really easy, but most of the time you're gonna end up damaging something because it's too difficult to get it off. You're also going to want to line the rim with rim tape if your rim is not tubeless ready or you have damaged the rim strip like I have. To layer the tape over the rim, you're going to want to pull very hard on the tape and make sure there are no air bubbles that get beneath the tape. Also, press really firmly on the tape when you're finished to ensure that there are no air bubbles left. Also, don't do what I did. When you poke the hole through the Gorilla Tape, you're going to want to make sure you poke it in the right hole. I poked it in one of the spoke holes, and I had to redo portions of the tape. Damn it, not the right hole. Make sure you put the hole where you want the hole to be. Once you've done that, you're going to want to put the tire back onto the rim. Leave a little bit of room so you can put the sealant back in, unless you have one of those fancy smanchies tubeless injectors. Precisely measure out exactly 3 ounces of sealant. If you fail to do so, we're all going to die in a fire explosion caused by your miscalculation. Once again, after severely struggling to put back on the tire, do your happy dance if you've managed to put it on. If you have it at a bike shop, we'll be more than happy to take your money and do it for you. Spray a bunch of soapy water around the tire so when you go to seat it, it'll actually seat instead of just letting out air. Use a compressor of some type, whether that be an air shot, a real compressor, or something like I have here. Fill up the tire with air very quickly, and it should seat. It may or may not, depending on whether you have a compressor of some type. If you're using a normal floor pump, it may or may not seat, so fair warning. Once you've tried to fill it 5 or 6 times and realize it's not working, just take it to the bike shop. Everything here I've done right. I've gone by the books for it, and it just doesn't work sometimes. I have a plus size tire and I don't have the right equipment, so taking it to the bike shop might be the best solution to your problems. And then just look at the mess you've made and realize that you're a failure in life and you should give up.